this game is about consistency. Sometimes you're not gonna be number one, but if you can be two, three, four, fifth, even the fifth guy, people still want you. You know.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Off the Track podcast. This week, we had a special guest, jockey Jose Ortiz, talked with us all about his incredible career over the last 15 years or so, winning Eclipse Awards for Outstanding Rider, being perennially in the top 10 in wins and in earnings. We talked with Jose about making the move to Churchill Downs into Kentucky and then riding over at Fairgrounds throughout the 2024 and early 2025 season. We talked with Jose about the pickup mount on journalism, who he's going to be riding in the Breeders' Cup Classic, what it was like coming over from Puerto Rico, riding in races against your brother, the ups, the downs of a great career for Jose Ortiz. Excited to be here chatting with an Eclipse Award winning jockey. He was the outstanding jockey back in 2017. And if you've heard the news, he is a man in demand right now. We're talking about Jose Ortiz. Jose, how's everything going on your end?
It's good. Everything is good.
Now, one of the things I thought was remarkable when doing some research for this chat with you, since 2013, you have been top 10 in wins or earnings in North America. Many years, both top 10 in both wins and earnings. How have you been able to stay so consistent through the years?
Well, just keeping good relationships with owner and trainers, obviously. And a lot of work, hard work is a key. Yeah, this game is about consistency. Sometimes you're not gonna be number one, but if you can be two, three, four, fifth, even the fifth guy, people still want you. So that's what I focus on every year, trying to be top five. And if you get lucky enough and you find a big horse, then that's gonna put you on the top three, and it's gonna put you in contention for the Eclipse Awards, which is the goal every year in the beginning of the year.
Now, we just heard the news that you will be picking up the mount on journalism in the Breeders' Cup Classic. He's the Preakness winner from earlier this year, but you have not been aboard him before. What do you know about him right now, about a week and a half out before the big race?
Yeah, I mean, I've been running against him, and I watch all of his replays since he was a baby. And we're working on me going there and working for his last work, but we're trying to get something done. The ownership, Aaron, all the partners, Eclipse, and so hopefully that can be done, and I get there and get on him before the big race.
With him in this race, in such a big race, is it a little bit different than when you're jumping on a horse for the first time, maybe like on Thursday or Friday? Because like you said, this horse pretty well. We all know him. You've been around him. And most horses, you may not get a chance to go and get to work them or get on them before you ride them, right?
Yeah, that's a everyday thing. I don't think it's much difference, but the race is so big that I want to,
Yeah.
I want to. But he seems he's very straightforward. I got the opportunity to see him in person here in Churchill, and he's very straightforward. I think he's gonna go out there and next week and do a maintenance half or something like that, and hopefully we figure it out and I can be on him.
And two of the biggest races of the weekend, you're going to have very live mounts. It'll be journalism here. Another horse who you've been riding since last year in the Breeders' Cup is Nitrogen, and she is so cool, Jose. Like, she can run on either surface. She faced older company and was very, very impressive last time out. She's just one of the better horses out there. She had that incredible win streak earlier this year. Talk to us a little bit about her.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to ride a filly like her. It's what she have done. It's been amazing. She was on the turf. She was amazing, and then she moved to the dirt. Won a Grade 1 on the Alabama, and then she faced the older mares, and I think it was a great race for her to be the first time facing them, and she have had a great campaign. I think she should be 3-year-old of the year already. And if we can stamp that on the Breeders' Cup, that will be great.
When you are getting aboard a horse like Nitrogen for the first time, or like journalism, is there something you can do as a rider to make them feel comfortable, to try to get a sense of a connection between the two of you?
I think this like those horses got so much class that you know you don't have you don't have to adapt. You just let them be themselves. Maybe warm them up before the race without the pony to get to know them a little bit. But I think those horses are very easy to ride. It's just about being where you want to be, being aggressive or not, just being where you want to be in the race. But I think knowing the horses is just we all know they're nice horses, so it's not rocket science. So I mean, some horses are easier than others to ride, but these two horses in particular, they seems like they very classy. They don't have any corks on them. So
You are coming off another really successful Saratoga meet, and one of the horses who you had some success with there was for trainer Bob Baffert. You jumped aboard Hope Road for the first time. She wins the Grade 1 Ballerina, and she kind of put herself towards the top of the filly and mare sprint division. What'd you learn about that filly when you were able to get that Grade 1 win aboard her?
no, no, learn that she's very nice. She can compete at grade one level. I mean, obviously we knew she was very nice. I believe she was 5-2, one of the favorite. But she won nicely. I think Sila run very good, and the others were far behind us. So I think she's very live on the Breeders' Cup, and obviously she's been training there with Bob, and she got kind of that advantage that she's home. So we hoping to have a good Breeders' Cup with her.
You're coming off that success at Saratoga, that meet seems like it's a really important meet for riders because what it can do and like establish your horses for the next few months, right? With a lot of those young horses, is that as important a meet as almost any of them out there?
I think it's the most important meet to any jock. I think it's a lot of bragging rights and winning that meet. I think it's so special for everyone. But I mean, it's very tough. It's getting longer and longer, so it's start making it harder and harder because when it used to be short, I mean, somebody have a bad start, it's automatically out of the race. Now somebody can have a bad week and it still can win it because it's getting so long. But these meets at Kinlan are very competitive too. It's only 3 weeks, and you can afford to have a bad start here. I think Saratoga is very important because that set you up for the fall, and the fall is so important because the Breeders' Cup is there, and all of the good races. But I think every meet is important. Even the winter's meet, the winter prep you for the Kentucky Derby. So eh, every race is important at this stage.
And we saw you over the last couple of years change your schedule a little bit. You moved to Kentucky. You had some really good success there. And then last year, you were very dominant at Fairgrounds, going back and forth with a lot of those same owners and trainers that you'd been riding with in Kentucky. What was that like for you making that change? And how have you enjoyed it so far the first year or so plus?
I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting new people, and honestly, me and my family love the living here in Kentucky. We're very happy with that decision.
Was
And
that a big part of your decision, family
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
comfortability?
definitely, yeah. Me and my wife, yeah, was
How and we know your wife Taylor, she was a former rider. How's she doing?
she's doing great. She gets on horses in the summer in Saratoga, but when Saratoga is done, it's cool time, and we have 3 kids, so it's crazy. It's She can
It,
do it now, so but she's great. She love horses, so she likes it here.
and it just from a family standpoint, right? Easier to raise family somewhere there in Kentucky, then New York, sometimes California, East or West Coast, it's a little bit busier. You're in the city. There's a lot going on. Is that something that you've realized now with that move?
Yeah, I kind of had an idea, but I didn't know, you know. But obviously, I came to Kentucky to for Keeneland meets and stuff like that. And every time I came, I was like, I mean, Lexington's so nice. I really liked it here. It's quiet, and no, one day I will talk to her. I woke up with that idea and talk to my agent and make it happen. You know, obviously, Kentucky racing is been growing huge, like big time.
Purses, right? The money and
Yeah,
the purses.
no,
And
I think a lot of new people coming here. Even California trainers are
yeah,
coming here, stable here. So I think it's growing in every aspect. It's not only on money. I mean, purses wise, I was doing great in New York. I can't complain about the money. But yeah, I think here, even the top guys in New York, they bring a string here for the spring. You know, for Keeneland, it's such a huge meet. Chad bring a string. Todd bring a string. Bill Mott is here. Magee bring a string in the summer as well. So I mean, it's great racing. You can see the fields. I think it's a great place to be right now.
and you will pick up different mounts, but the same big ones, right? At Churchill or at Fairgrounds, you can get some of those nice 3-year-olds that you're hoping to help lead you into Derby and big races like that.
Yeah, the decision to go to Fairground was easy because obviously I wanna be here in Kentucky. So a lot of the trainers from Kentucky go to the Fairgrounds, and you know the purses are not so high over the winter there, but to keeping the relationship is very important for when we come back here. And I think going to the fairgrounds was a huge move for me because you can see how I'm doing afterwards, and it carry very well for the rest of the year. So we're gonna try to do that again. And I think the preps in fairgrounds and Oakland are very nice.
Yeah.
And Oakland is not so far away that I can always go there and come back. So yeah, I'm more now moving myself on the Midwest area, but you know when we need to chip to Guthrie, we will, and we we chip all over when we have to, and you know the main thing is just to ride nice horses, keep finding good horses, and go wherever we gotta go.
Yeah, I have to ask you this because I have a sister who's a couple years younger than me. I love her to death, but we're super competitive in everything that we do. So when I see you and your brother, Irad, at the top of the game and the two of you are out there, I'm so curious. What is that dynamic like when you're riding in a race against your brother? You obviously love him. You want him to do well, but you want to win too, right? Is that what it's like?
Yeah, but has become normal now. We've been riding together for 15 years. I would say I believe in every track but one. We are share the valet, so we are in the same corner. Then in Tampa, we're not in the same corner, and that's about it. And yeah, it become normal. Obviously, very competitive. Obviously, we're going for the same kind of goals. He's always in the clips talks. Obviously, I want to win as well, and you know we compete for horses every day. Like we are every day. We share the same agent
Yeah.
right
So
now. So
have there been at the beginning, or I mean, we're human, right? Have there been hard feelings? Have there ever been any mounts that you wanted that his, or you guys sort of understand that
no,
from the
no,
beginning?
no, because to be honest, we are very mature on the business side, and we understand that we only can ride one horse per race, and
Great point.
you have to have that trust in your agent that he wants the best for you. And for me, I think Steve one he will never try to screw me or screw Ira on purpose. You know, stuff happens. You gave a call, you can get out, and then Ira is gonna end up with my second call, which is a better horse. But that doesn't mean the other horse can win because
Yeah.
honestly, we always kind of riding live horses for live people, and sometimes it's give and take. Sometimes I is gonna pick up a win from me. Sometimes I'm gonna pick up a win from him. So it go back and forward, and to have the maturity, like to understand that, it has been great, and we never have had argue. Honestly, I think Steve is doing a great job with both of us. Obviously, with him first, and then he picked up my book, and I'm very happy with him. So hopefully, stay that way.
When you were young boys growing up in Puerto Rico, maybe when you were, fighting around, could you ever imagine the two of you guys at this level together like this? So mature, top of your game. It's really impressive for two brothers to be like this.
I think we imagined, but we never thought it was gonna be
You hoped,
reality.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, you hope, and we love horse racing. My dad always put us next to each other in the bed, and we were riding with the pillows. And my grandpa was a rider, my uncle, so we always have whips around, helmets. So we used to be riding against each other, and we used to compete on almost everything. We used to play baseball, basketball, and we have a handful of cousins that were our neighbors. So we always were competitive against. It was like 6, 7 of us, and nothing was easy. I mean, I was little. I was one of the little ones, and I had to grow. You
It
had
makes you
to.
better, right? When
It
they're
makes you better.
Yeah.
It definitely makes you better. It makes you tougher. And but we were very close in age. I would say months apart. So it was good. It was good. Basketball games, fights, boxing matches. It was a little bit of everything.
Tell us about your time at the Escuela Vocacional Hípica, the riding school that you went to in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's a 2-year program, and yeah, it was great. Uh, Great school. I would say best jockey school in the world by stats. If you look how many jocks we have in the states, is amazing. You just sit and watch. Okay, this one Puerto Rican came out of the school. Is a lot of us, but yeah, it's a great program. It's 6 years in a round pen. In the morning, taking care of the horses. I mean, 6 months, and then you go 6 months to the leader track with ponies, stable horses, the jockey schools horses. And then the second year, you basically become a freelance rider. So you gallop for everyone, and you breathe for everyone. And we have 20 practice races. So when we graduate, we already ride 20 practice races, which is a huge advantage.
When how long were you riding in Puerto Rico after you finished your school before you came over to the US?
Not very long. I mean, the agents here are always looking for the next star. So yeah, if you halfway good, they're gonna take you here. I rode back home probably for 2 months, 2 months and a half.
What were some of the things that you had to learn when you came to the US? Difference in riding? Was the track surfaces different? Did you have to become more of a speed rider? What were some of the challenges for you early on?
Everything. Have to learn everything. When you graduate, they prepare you for you get your license. Yes, but when you start riding, it's a whole different ball game. Then you got it. It's the real deal. It's not a Bob Boy race or anything. You gotta face the number one guy. So I mean, it's hard, but obviously my brother was 1 year ahead of me, but he didn't know much. So we've been on the journey together, and we listen to everybody, and whatever works you keep it, whatever don't work you let go. But you gotta listen to everyone. And yeah, but when I came, I didn't know nothing. I mean, the jockey school is great. They got a English class, so that helps you a little bit with the language. But still, when you get here, it's so green, nervous. Most of the time, they come here in February, March, which is still very cold. In Puerto Rico, it's summer all year round.
You know,
So
we're talking with Flavian Pratt a little bit about what you were just saying, and he said when he came over, one of the hardest things for him was the communication. And he would ride a horse and he would get off a horse and he'd want to communicate with the owners and trainers and talk about it, and he really couldn't even do it yet at that point.
yeah, but it's so hard for him because he's from France.
Yeah.
At least Puerto Rico being U.S. territory, we get English class every day in school. And the jockey school actually got a great program, and they have an English class in the jockey school. So they teach you all the poles, all the part of the horse in English. So I had an idea, but when you come here, you're afraid, you're nervous, and then you get that barrier you have to break. But that I knew a little bit of English, yeah, I did. But it's hard to get going.
Who were some
Because
of
you put the barrier right there for yourself. But and
were,
some kids, they go to English class and they go to sleep in the jockey school because
yeah.
they're tired from the morning and they don't learn nothing. And then when they come here, they realize, oh, I should have paid attention. But it happens.
Were there any people that really helped you early on, took you under their wing? I think I read about a relationship with Angel Cordero that you and your brother had a little bit.
Yeah, we have a great relationship still with him. Angel helped us a lot. He opened the door of his house and put some films of himself and gave us some tips on the equicizer as well. But a lot of people in Puerto Rico helped me a lot. Riders and yeah, when I came here, I have a lot of people I had to thank for helping me here, stay here. Here you go, you gotta do this, give me a ride. It's a lot of people. But yeah, Angel actually, he helped us a lot. He opened the door of his house, which is very kind, without knowing. I mean, he knew my grandpa, but yeah, he was great to us. Still is.
What is the difference between riding in a dirt race and a turf race?
Well, I mean, it depends on the horse too. You have a good turf horse, it helps you a lot. But I feel like on the turf is the, how you say it, the amount of mistakes you can make on the race is very little.
Yes.
In the dirt,
Can't be wide, right? Can't get stuck,
yeah.
right? You
In
got to
the
get a little
dirt,
lucky too.
yeah. In the dirt, you can be wide, and it's more forgiven. In the turf, is not forgiven at all. You make one little mistake, it can cost you the race.
You are constantly putting your career and your life on the line every race, every day. Jockeys can have some really serious injuries. What are some of the kind of injury scares that you've had through the years? Any really bad ones?
Not really. I've been very fortunate that the worst one I had was when I tear my ACL in a spiel in Belmont. But it didn't stop me from keep riding. I kept riding. That was actually 2000, the year I won the Clips Award.
17.
That
Yeah.
was the same year. So I kept riding because I thought I have a shot to win the Clips Award, and the doctor allowed me to keep riding until December. That was in September. So
The reason why I ask, because looking through your stats, there's not very many lulls, right? It's very consistent. They don't look like you've had a lot of injuries through the years on there. So you probably rode through some of them.
The first year I won 90 something races, but I got hurt really bad. I hurt I punched my lung, broke my nose, I stretched all the ligaments on my shoulder. That was as a buck boy. I missed the whole Saratoga meet. And then after that, I think if you look through the stats, I win over 200 every year, but COVID year. The COVID year, I stopped riding because I broke my hand, and it was COVID, so I didn't feel like I need to rush to get back. So that year I didn't win 200, which I'm a little bit upset about it.
That one stands out. You see it on there, right?
Yeah, it stands out. I wish I could get to 200 that year, but I felt like I took probably 2 weeks or 2 weeks more than I should have. But it was COVID and everybody was nervous, so I mean, it was good for my hand, honestly.
Want to talk about some of your really great successes through the years. Which races stand out to you when you look back and you think, man, I was a good ride. I gave a great ride that day. That was some of my best, and I won a big race. Which ones that really stand out to you?
I think the Breeders' Cup on Pizza Bianca was a good ride.
And
I mean,
that's early on in your career too, right?
no, that was probably 20, 21. I don't know. Can look it up.
And and I mean, going through all of the good horses you've been on, I had like pages when I'm just each horse individually we could talk about for a long period of time. I mean, one of the first horses that you had that was incredible was Oscar Performance, who you got to ride in 14 of his 15 lifetime starts. He had big time speed. I mean, when you get off a horse and they win by like 10 lengths, what are you thinking? Because he got a couple of those early in his career.
Obviously, thinking big, when he won Saratoga, I was like, man, this horse can win my first Breeders' Cup. I haven't seen a 2-year-old doing this so far. But obviously, you gotta worry about the Euros.
Yep.
In the Breeders' Cup. So it's kind of hard to handicap the Europe horses. But I knew that the American horses, I got them. I thought I got them.
When you're on a horse like him, do you want to try to slow him down a little bit, or do you want to just let him go? Right when there's a really fast horse like that.
I think a lot of riders. I mean, I don't know more than anybody, but the way I ride speed horses, I like to let them use that weapon.
Yep.
Don't choke them. Don't try to slow them down. Just let them be. Because if you close to a stalker, the closer you are to him, the less probabilities you got to beat him.
You keep him in the race, right?
You gotta make him chase you because your weapon is the speed. So when I ride speed horses, I just like to find a rhythm where I don't have to be sending or have to be taken back too much. Obviously, sorry. Obviously, you want to slow down the pace, but it gotta be a nice, happy meeting, where the horse is comfortable and you going easy enough where you can hold off, But when I rode Oscar, I just let him break and let him do his thing. Every time he hit the lead, he put his ears up, and we couldn't go 22 or 24, and he was very comfortable. It was the same way. He just wanted to be there, so that's what I let him do.
You got a chance to ride Elate. She wins her career debut by 12 lengths, and she takes a little while to kind of put it all together, but wow, towards the end of her 3-year-old season, you win the Alabama, you win the Beldame, you go into the Breeders' Cup, and she runs a solid 4th in there. She was a very, very nice filly.
Yeah, very, extremely. In the Breeders' Cup, did she run with the boys? I think at the end.
The last one, she ran in the Classic. Yep.
Yeah, but no, I think she was I would say in the fillies, I think she was one of the best, if not the best I ever rode. Fillies and mares.
And she could run all day, right? Distance, no
Yeah.
problem for her. That's probably why they even tried the Classic.
And she win 3 Delaware Cup, maybe 3 or 2.
Yeah, she won at least 2 back to back with you in 18 and in 19 there. Yep. So, I mean, she was earned
Yeah.
2.6 million. She was very, very, very
Amazing.
nice.
Amazing.
Um,
La Verdad, I think the first very good horse that I rode was a New York bred named La Verdad.
Yeah.
She got beat ahead in the Breeders' Cup. She was amazing.
Taprit, Tampa Bay Derby
Taprit.
winner, right? Runs in
Win
the
the
Kentucky
Belmont,
Derby.
yeah.
Belmont. What do you remember about that guy?
Very quirky, very tappy kind of thing, but through another level. He was, if that horse had his mind in racing, it would be amazing. He never did, and he won the Belmont Stakes, so you can imagine.
um, what a cool horse Good Magic was. You ride him 8 of 9 times. You jump aboard him in his second start. Then you're on him for the rest of his career. And he wins the Breeders' Cup. And he wins the Bluegrass. He's in the Derby. He's in the Preakness. He showed up and ran a big race almost every single time. He didn't win the big Derby, so people may not remember him from that, but he won a lot of really good races too.
He got a lot of heart. That horse, he was little, like, not little, but like he run against Justify. Justify was
Yeah.
big, old, and he was more like just kind of normal kind of horse. But man, he tried every time.
One horse who I think kind of got a bad rap, when he was running, because a lot of times he ran second and third. But then you look back at him, and Tacitus, he accomplished a lot through his career too. You win the Tampa Bay Derby, you win the Wood Memorial. He's third in the Kentucky Derby. He's second in the Belmont, second in the Travers. Even years later, fourth in the Breeders' Cup Classic. You can't really ask for a horse to do much more than that in those big races.
Yeah, he was great. Sometimes you just hook up other nice 3-year-olds, man. Yes, sometimes you're born the wrong year, and
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
you hook up some monsters, But
yeah.
that's just part of the game,
Another
And Maxfield was great.
Yeah, that was who I was going to get to next. He was one who you rode in 8 of 11. And what's cool, you got to ride him in his first race and then in his last race too, and see
Yeah, and
how he developed.
the times when I didn't rode him, it was COVID. Floren rode him in fairground. Couldn't fly.
And Maxfield, he was a little bit unlucky because he was so good, but he missed a couple of the big races because of injuries, so we didn't get to see him run in the Breeders' Cup and in the Kentucky Derby. And I think he would have been pretty competitive.
I would have been loved to see him running the Derby because he was undefeated at Churchill.
Yeah. Man, he was a really cool horse. When you see some of these horses that you rode before now having babies, what does that make you feel like? Some of those really good ones before, you feel a little older now, like, wow, I rode their moms and dads.
Yeah, but I don't feel old, because I think I was very fortunate to ride a lot of good horses so early in my career.
Yeah.
That, they already having babies, a lot of them, and they running. I'm 32. Like, I just turned 32. I think I'm in my prime right now.
Yeah. And I mean, going through these list of great horses you've been on through the years, I want to ask you about a couple more. Jack Christopher, he was from a mile and below, he was undefeated, and the only time he lost was when he went a little too far, probably a little farther than when he wanted to go. Right? He was probably one of the better horses that you've been on.
Yeah, he run a great race, and that day I believe he has something going on with his throat, something like that. But he run great that day. Even he was a little before, but I mean, from a mile or less, 7 furlong, he was amazing. And I think he's gonna be amazing on the breeding shed as well. He was powerful, fast. I really like him.
It's amazing too, as you're talking about all these great horses, just like people, they've all got their different personalities and their different quirks and things that you've got to learn about them. I mean, you got a chance to ride a couple very nice mares, Latruska, who you win
Yeah,
the Apple Blossom, and the Ogden Phipps at Dunbar Road was a horse
yeah.
who you got to ride in the Breeders' Cup too. I mean,
Alabama. Yeah,
some great ladies right there
yeah.
through the years. And they kind of lead us into early voting, right? The Preakness win.
Very nice horse.
Um,
Regal Glory was amazing too.
yeah, so it's so much fun taking a journey through your career, and it ends up last year where you're winning the Breeders' Cup on More Than Looks. You got a chance to ride him once before the Breeders' Cup. Did you learn about him when you rode him at Keeneland and kind of what you could get out of him in the Breeders' Cup?
Yeah, I did. It was great to have an opportunity to ride him before because he was kind of weird. He broke slow, and he don't want to use himself too much early on, and then he kind of fly late. Most of the time, he just get there too late. But fortunately, that day in the Briscoe, we got there in time.
Before we get into a couple other things, I've been such a fan of the last couple years of a horse that you and your brother have rode a few times, Skippy Longstocking. He's 6 now, but man, he shows up all the time. He's really honest, and Safi Joseph has done a great job keeping that guy in like tip-top form through the years.
Yeah, I mean, I love the horse. He's big, powerful. He got speed. He don't need the lead. He can see second, third, whatever. I mean, he's an all pro, and that's the horse I love to ride. Those horses that doesn't need to be somewhere like this horse need to be on the lead. This horse it needs to be outside. No, I like to ride those kind. You just see how he breaks and put him wherever he's comfortable that day, and they gonna give you 100%. Man, that's the horse I love.
So you won the Preakness, you won the Belmont. I'd imagine the Derby is on that list for you, like it is for most riders,
Everybody.
right? And what are some of the other big ones for you personally that would mean a lot?
No, obviously the classic, uh, and then internationally, obviously Dubai World Cup would be great. Saudi Cup, you know. I think, but here in the states, obviously the Derby and the classic that would be on my bucket list.
So we went through a lot of the famous horses, the big graded stakes winner, Breeders' Cup winners, and all that. Are there any other horses, maybe from early in your career, or maybe personal horses that were memorable to you?
No, mostly the one that stands out are the one that, like you mentioned,
We hit on
the one
what
we remember. Yeah.
what type of work are you doing before a mount? Are you someone who reads the past performances? You watch the replays? You talk to the connections? What works well for you?
Yeah, watch the replays. I gotta feel like I got a good eye looking for what the horse like or don't like, and sometimes you gotta go through 3, 4 replays. I mean, it gets long, but that's just part of the job. You gotta handicap. You gotta know what you're doing, so you can beat these other guys.
When you have so many mounts almost every day, are you just kind of taking it Monday or Tuesday? I'm going to work on Tuesday stuff because I'm curious if you get it too far ahead, right? Then you got a lot of things in your mind. Are you kind of taking it one at a time?
One day at a time. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Tonight I will handicap for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll handicap for Thursday. But I look through all of them already, and I like to see the morning lines and this and that. So they post positions. But when I will get into it deeply will be probably tonight. Sometimes on a Wednesday it could be tomorrow morning.
Do you,
Sometimes I do it on the jocks room. I get there early, just watch the replay because I don't like to do a whole lot because then you get scratches. And
changes?
one crash will change the race completely. I'm like, come on, like now I gotta redo all of it. But I got I got a pretty good idea the night before, and then after scratches, I that's when I complete everything.
Do you think you have a particular style as a rider? You know, you think you're more of a front runner, come from mine, or you try to want to be able to do everything?
Honestly, when I started, that felt like I was very aggressive. When I was younger, bug boy, my first year. But I think with time and obviously experience, I have mastered the other ones. I've been master on the grass, master coming from the behind in the packet. Like, but I would say early on my career, I was very aggressive. I like to be forward most of the times. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's why you gotta master all of it. I think as of now, I think I can ride any kind of horse, any kind of surface, and I'm prepared for it. Like that's I gotta I believe in myself, and I'm ready. When I go out there, I prepare myself, and I know what I'm doing.
What is a normal like Saturday like for you? Right now, you're at Keeneland. What time does that alarm go off in the morning? Are you at the track working a few horses? Do you get a little
It
break and then go back?
it depends if I work or not, but most of the Saturdays, yeah, we work because a lot of good horses work on Saturdays because they run on Saturdays or Sunday. Uh, yeah, most right now I live 30 minutes from Churchill, so yeah, 7, 10, which where almost everybody work. That's the first break, and I wake up probably at 6. Yeah, leave the house by 6:20, something like that. Then come back home, take a shower, and then drive to Keeneland. The driving, a lot of driving now.
Yeah, the
Like,
traffic, right? Little traffic.
yeah, Keeneland is almost over, which I don't mind because I love Keeneland. I don't mind the driving. But when we get back to Churchill, it will be normal. Some days I stay in the jocks room early, play some ping pong, some pool with the guys, and do what I have to do. If I need to trot, I do. If I need to hit the sauna for a little bit, I do.
Who's your
Uh,
best ping pong opponent? Who gives you a good match over there?
I they don't no not a lot of guys play, but I always play with Axel and with Irad. Yeah,
Nice. Awesome.
uh, but more they're playing more pool. It's more the league. The league is better in pool.
Okay.
Yeah, not a whole lot of people play ping pong. It's hard.
Jose, we got into a lot of the business stuff, the important stuff. Now I got some fun, kind of quick hits for you as we finish up here. We talked about your wife a little bit. How's she and the family doing, and how old are the kids nowadays?
Leilan is 8, Derek is 6, and Nico is 4. And family is great.
You got a couple future riders there?
I don't know. I think Derek is Leilani wants to be a vet. She want to be a zookeeper, and Derek's want to be a soccer player.
Awesome.
And so far, Nico he wants to be a rider. He's 4 years old.
That's great.
We will see, but they all ride. Leilani ride here. She take lesson with Rosie in a practice, so she's in it. Derek rides sometimes. He's in it too. And Nico is riding. He wants to be a rider. We have an equicizer, and Leilani and Derek don't look at it, but Nico ride it very often. So he's there, and yeah, everything's good. I'm not pushing anything on them. Whatever they want to be, I will support them 100%. If they want to be jockeys, yeah, I mean, support them.
I got a
Like
5-year-old son. It's so fun to watch them get into the stuff they like on their own, right? And you don't push them, and then you can give them all the support they need.
Yeah, Derek is playing. Baseball just ended up fall baseball. He was playing baseball, football, and soccer at the same time. So it
Awesome.
was very very hard for Mama. Mama is taking him
Yeah.
everywhere. Like Lana's doing gymnastics, Nico's doing gymnastics and soccer. So every day of the week we got something different.
That is great.
But
If
it's
you
great.
If you weren't a jockey for a living, what do you think you'd be doing?
I don't know. I
uh,
don't know.
well, maybe you're babysitter right now, right? So we know you can do that for sure.
I didn't have a plan B.
What kind of stuff do you and the family do when you're not at the track or when you're not around the horses?
Right now,
Yeah. Anything?
Huh.
Oh, at the track, right?
I take the kid to school and wait for them to come out. You gotta take Nico to the barber shop and just stuff like that, and practice baseball. We have a net back here. We practice football. I'm not a football player or soccer, but I try. I kick the ball. I throw the ball. But
uh,
yeah, no, they are
movies,
in
TV
that. They
shows.
are in. They they like what they like. Right now we're watching baseball. Jarek is
Oh yeah.
very into it. We're watching the World Series, and he likes to watch football as well. So right now, when I'm in Keeneland and I stay having dinner with the guy, he's be calling me at 8 o'clock. Hey, Papi, where are you? We got football game today.
That
Uh,
is great. For you, music? You like any kind of music, old, new? What's on your playlist?
uh, honestly, Spanish music, reggaeton. That's what I
Bad
listen
Bunny?
to. I listen to a Bunny, but
Yeah.
I honestly not a whole lot. I got a lot of others.
Oh, you just started talking sports. So what about for you? What kind of sports are you fans of, or any teams that you root for?
I love the Mets. I played baseball growing up, but I love to watch football. American football is my favorite sport to watch.
Do you root for anyone?
Kansas City.
Nice. And they're playing well again. A little slow start to the year, but now they're starting to.
Now they got Rashid Rice back.
They're healthy, right? Yeah, they got all
Yeah.
their pieces back now.
They
Yeah.
can't lose no more. They can't lose. They got
No.
it. They want to make the playoffs. They got to ball out.
Especially because Denver's playing well, so the teams around them playing well.
Yeah, everybody. Well.
What are some of your favorite tracks to ride at? You've been all over the world.
Belmont was my favorite. The old Belmont. I want to see the new one. I don't think the track's gonna change much. So I'll keep that in my first, and then obviously Keeneland is amazing. Saratoga and Dubai. Dubai is amazing. Royal Ascot is great. That's my top 5. I give you 5.
Is there any that you haven't had a chance to ride at yet that you would love that you would like to? Because you've hit a lot of the big ones now.
More internationally, I would guess probably I don't know, Australia. I would
Yeah.
love to go to some like Chile, some places like that, Argentina. I would love to go, but it's not really time for it. But they look cool.
If you ever got a chance to get a few days off, go on a trip with the family or a vacation, a spot like that, where might you go?
I would love to go back home to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But we always do kind of stuff. The kids, most of the time I stay working, but like the kids do stuff. They had a trip to Costa Rica last year. Unfortunately, they couldn't go. We have something happen in the family, but yeah, they do stuff like that. I mean, I'm trying. I can't go, but I want them to do stuff. But if any opportunity I get, I want to go back home.
When you get a chance to have maybe a cheat meal or you had a big winning day, what would be the celebration meal or drink for your dinner?
I eat every day.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's not hard for you. What are some of
No.
your favorite foods that you dive into?
Here or my favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite at all?
I would love the lobster, the Puerto Rican lobster, which is different. Here they got the lobster tail. Over there we have the whole lobster, like the whole. And I love conch. You know what conch is?
No.
It's like seashell.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
Conch is carrucho in Spanish.
Awesome.
I love seafood, so when I go back home, that's all I eat. So, but steak every day. I eat steak. That's my normal meal.
So you don't
Fried
have
some.
a problem with maintaining weight.
I eat everything. What it changed is the amount of it. Like
Sure.
sometimes I eat less. Yeah, obviously, but I eat the same thing.
That's great.
It's not like oh no, I'm gonna eat salad. I gotta eat salad. No, I eat what I want. Even if I had to eat less, but I eat what I want.
As we finish up here, we see your name on the pages all the time. We see you in the winner's circle winning a lot. What's something that you think most people might not know about Jose Ortiz?
I don't know. I'm kind of shy.
Just a regular guy, man. You're just right.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. You look at me around, nothing special, just dressing normal and just a normal guy. I mean, I'm shy for the cameras. I don't like cameras much, but just normal guy. Yeah.
For a guy who's shy and didn't like the cameras as much, you did a great job with us for the last 45, 50 minutes. We really appreciate your time. We know you're super busy. We're just about a week out from the Breeders' Cup, and we're really excited for you aboard journalism and nitrogen, and we hope you have some great success in the Breeders' Cup.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Off the Track podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the podcast anywhere that you get yours. We're available on Amazon, Audible, Spotify, and on YouTube. See you next week with another very special guest.